Let me make sure. Okay, I got the
Same
recorder on.
thing. When you're through with all of the seals, tap them in.
Okay.
Just tap them in again with the same tool that you've used before up here.
Okay.
And this is just going to align everything so that when you do pump the grease in, it goes to the right places.
Okay.
And then this goes in. Alright, and then that collar that we took off before,
Okay.
just put it right back on. With the same hardware. So it would be nice to kind of wipe it down.
Okay.
So we'll do that.
Okay.
Same tools, the Allen wrench. It really doesn't make any difference which side you put with this.
Okay.
I have found it. It'll line up. It's great to have gloves, and these are right out of an automobile supply shop, and they're the nitrile gloves. They'll rip, as you see, but they're very helpful. Now I just kind of push these in a little bit. I don't snug them because I still want some flexibility.
Okay. Now I'm going to work on the
All right,
the
now
tube
we
in the
come
back.
back and we repeat the process
Okay.
that we had before. Which is this collar here.
Okay.
And again, I haven't noticed any difference with this collar.
Okay.
Leave that.
That can be reversed, in other words.
Yeah. However, it has, I put it on, not quite good, so what I need is more space.
Okay.
Obviously, you keep these things moving as you're moving them, and you're going to do better.
Okay.
What I like to do is take the drift and just be sure.
Okay. Your hole is lined up with the collar hole.
Now you see how the collar loosens up?
Yeah.
You use the darkened land that's around.
Okay.
That'll guide easier
Okay.
than that end will.
Okay. And there's a total of 3 of those, right?
All right, now you tap it easy. You don't pull it in if you've got any friction.
Okay.
If it gets tough, you don't want it getting tough without this being in there.
Gotcha. So you've got the support to hammer on now.
That's right. And once you get these in, you want to punch them below the notch so that the ring clip can be installed. And you see it goes in easy for a ways, but then it hits hard.
Yep. Okay. Now you got to take the drift and
Yep.
set them down a little.
Yep.
Okay.
Now if you set them down too far, you can impede the shaft going through.
Gotcha.
But if that happens, don't try to force the shaft. Just pound them out again
Do it again.
and do it again. Now the clip goes on, the same technique, same manner in which we took it off. It's just that you want the clip to start between, somewhere in the center of the two keys, the two pins. So you stick a fingernail in it, and you get part of it started.
Okay.
And then you walk it around the same way you did to take it out. Only this time you're pushing it in, you're pushing it into the piece.
Gotcha.
As opposed to, but you don't want it to go too far. You want it to go into the land and stay there, into the notch. There you go.
Okay.
And this is where you're going to rip your gloves. All right, now some of these ring clips you're going to find have been damaged. So
Okay.
you want to tap them and be sure that they set down in, because some of them are going to have bends and twists in them.
Okay.
When you push that out of the way, you put your
Here comes
spring
the
back
spring.
in place.
Okay.
But you don't do that until you put a little
Grease on it.
So you put a finger full of grease in there,
Okay.
and that takes care of business for there for God knows how long. All right?
Yep.
Okay. Now we're nearing the part where it's a two-man operation,
Okay.
and it's a similar thing. Bill, you want to give us a hand, please?
All right. Let me get out of the way here for a moment.
Bill and I have been working with this for a few days now. So I go to my envelope and I get the part.
Okay.
I put the key retainer there. And the round wrench for it is right here. Alright, it's the same kind of a deal to get started. Only you'll see that there's a slight difference. I want this in my hand.
Okay.
Alright, see you got a key
Got it.
here
Yep.
in the key, and then you've got another key pin
Right.
here that's in the gear.
Right.
And you got slippery hands because you've been playing with oil and
grease.
grease. Alright. So, get the right tool to start with. You establish, like Bill has done, you establish the keyway somewhat at an angle
Okay.
up, because this key has to go in properly.
Right.
Always look at the key and you'll see the mark on it.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see it, but there's a mark right there
Yeah.
that is the circumference, a circumference mark on the shaft.
Okay.
So that's how we're going to do it. Now we put the same thing, small screwdriver in to
Wow.
twist it, right?
Yeah.
And then the big
Big pry type
pry
screwdriver.
bar in to get behind all of the spring. Now,
Okay.
as I push on the pry bar as far as I can, Bill's going to push on the key on the shaft. And
Okay.
and then we set the key into the. Oh no! Now we sit still, and we tap it in to be sure that it's down all the way. Okay. Now it's a two-man operation. We have to turn it, and I have to hold it out. Sometimes you won't have this many pins until
Okay.
the pin drops in. Okay, let's try it there, Bill. See, the spring is holding it.
Okay.
We got to get one. You got to try to get it. Good. Now, as long as you can get it between the two lands,
Okay.
you see?
I do.
All right, so you press it in, and then you tap it to be sure you're solid.
Okay.
Because if you're not, if you're at any kind of an angle, then you won't be able to get the Allen screw in very easily at all. As a matter of fact, we've found that we've had to tap some of these
Okay.
areas.
Okay.
Good, Bill, thank you. And once you can get the Allen in far enough so that this key isn't going to come out that way,
Okay.
past this edge,
Okay.
then you're locked. The shaft is in,
Okay.
it's in to stay, it's keyed properly, and it's locked in place, and it's got new seals.
Okay.
So this part of the job is done. So now we take Bill's part that he did in that rebuild. This has been rebuilt, and now we have to mate the two.